Welcome to Splintered Spirits, a podcast hosted by me, Gary, and my nephew, Johnny, from @Santa Paranormal, where we try to prove John's theory that ghosts are the fractured memories of the living by asking the question, what are spirits? This is a less edited and with video version of what became our second episode. We didn't think we were going to use video when we started, so I look like I just rolled out of bed, and that's because I did. Forgive me, I clean up well. For those that do any forensic analysis comparing this episode to the original, yes, there are changes. I edited some of my questions in the original when I stuttered over them or they weren't clear. I also cut out the long pauses between when John asks a question and the spirits answer, because without a visual reference, it's just dead air. I didn't edit those out here, but I do speed them up, and you'll know when that happens. For those that are new, the random blurbs and voices you hear in the background, that's not someone with Tourette's. Those are the ghosts. The voices John picks up when his spirit box apps are manipulated by them. So without further ado, episode 2. Let's dive into the conversation. Hey Johnny, what's up?
Listen, as we're sitting here and I'm all set up, I just did a session on TikTok, a live session, speaking to a child version of a spirit that I have been documenting for 3 years at a completely different location. This spirit that I'm speaking to now is the child version of the older spirit.
Holy water.
Okay. Now, all right, first of all, you got to tell everybody where you are. Where are you?
Okay. So I am at a local cemetery here in Westchester County, New York. And I am at the grave of Edward. Let me see if I can switch the camera around and give you. Actually, it doesn't even matter, right?
It doesn't, but just do it. It's describe the scene. Is it like a super old grave?
So yes. So I'm in an older section of this cemetery. Graves dating back to the 1700s to the early 1900s.
Got it.
And
you do your live. Oh, go ahead.
It's a very nature setting. Like, it's not a uniformed cemetery. There's graves everywhere, trees, animals. It's very peaceful, serene nature setting.
Gotcha. Now, you do your live TikToks from here a lot?
Yes.
Now, I caught the end of your live stream, dude, so I saw that, and this is, again, me trying to understand TikTok. They had, over 300,000 likes. Does that mean people are just sitting there hitting the screen and giving you hearts?
Yes. So before my phone, at the end, my phone died. But luckily, I was using the iPhone, so I went and I plugged it in and I got the live going.
Yeah.
But that session, we had between 400 and 500 people watching. And yes, that means that out of the 400 or 500 people, they were sitting there tapping the screen, sending hearts.
And when I see those really whacked out icons and GIFs pop up, people have to pay to use those, right?
Yes, so people pay to use them, and that's called sending a gift, and I get a certain percentage of that gift that they send.
That's amazing to me. Oh my God! All right, so now you're out there, you're doing a session, and this is exactly what that I want to follow you and try to prove, which is the biggest. I mean, the TikToks are fun, and you're out there and you're talking to guys, and you're having a good time, and you're getting the spirits, and you're having conversations. But for this, we're really trying to follow and hone down this theory of these fractured memories, these splintered spirits. So tell us a little bit, remind us about the history of Edward.
So Edward was originally from Massachusetts. He had a very bad and abusive father, which led him to flee his home at a young age. We're talking 12, 13 years old. And he left. He went to New York City. And this is where his story gets wild. We don't know because there's 2 different accounts that you can find actually by Google searching him. We don't know if he panhandled on the streets of New York City to build his fortune, if he panhandled a little bit in the beginning and then went on a merchant spree up and down the Byram and Hudson Rivers, selling wares to build his fortune. But something happened in between him leaving Massachusetts and coming to New York City in the early 1800s that allowed him to build a mass fortune enough for him to start with two other partners. I think he raised like $40,000 to do this, which is insane in the 1800s. He built up his fortune buying properties and owning businesses, and then he ends up retiring early in Westchester County at the building where I live and I work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my story begins with Edward. I have countless hours of documentation with Edward. He is a completely nasty spirit, completely nasty. He is all about money and greed. The spirits there have said that he has gotten involved with. How graphic can I get on here?
Well, I'll bleep it if it gets too graphic,
Okay.
but go ahead,
Awesome. So I'll just speak freely about Edward.
Yeah.
According to the spirits, Edward has not only murdered people, but used them ritualistically, taking advantage of people that were displaced in the Civil War. There are accounts of Edward, and this is all according to the spirits at the building I live in. There are accounts of Edward raping, keeping sex slaves, using their children for rituals, having many bastard children in the process that actually survived, just being an overall horrible, horrible human being.
So wait, I gotta ask. I gotta cut in. When you say,
wow, did you just
I
hear
did
that?
hear that. What did that
He
say?
said, okay, so he just said, this is the child version of Edward. He just said, my father wants me dead.
In this re-edit, I'm just going to play back John's audio without my big mouth talking over it so you can really hear what the ghost said loud and clear.
Father wants me dead.
Okay.
So,
all right. We're going to get into this child. I want to know something about when you say the spirits are the ones in your building who told you this history of Edward. So
yes,
when I hear these voices come through, they're very short spurts.
Yes.
So how have you come to this conclusion about, like all of the detail that you just laid out? Like, is it just like words like he's a rapist or he's a murderer, sex slave? Like,
exactly.
And you're just sort of at like, how are you getting to this sort
imagine for 3 years sitting in one location, communicating with spirits, not only communicating with Edward, Edward's coming through, other spirits are coming through saying, he raped me, he murdered me, he sacrificed me, Edward was a bad man, Edward was this, Edward was that, and just spirits arguing with Edward. There are spots at the building I live in that Edward won't go because of the other spirits that are there. He stays confined to one area.
Oh, that is nuts.
Which is wild.
That's pretty wild. So, all right. Now, have you ever, and just about the history of him, have you ever, like, he must have ancestors, right? Or family? Have you ever tried to track down
interesting
family?
Interesting enough, what happened with Edward was that
daughter.
He just, it's funny, he just said daughter. Edward had only one son that ended up dying in his 20s. And he had 5 daughters that were not bastard children. We're talking about they bore his last that he had with his wife Elizabeth. He had 5 daughters. Some of those daughters didn't make it. The 2 daughters that did make it ended up marrying other prominent families in the area, and the last name for this genealogy fizzled out.
You couldn't find. You didn't. Right. You couldn't find where it went. Got it.
Nope.
Okay.
And so, interesting enough, and they'll never come forward. I'll never be able to interview them. I've spoken to them personally. In my hometown, I have spoken to the bastard family of Edward, the ones that survived. There was a story that the spirits talked about that one of the daughters that ended up surviving rescued 3 of the bastard children. One of them was just a baby, and 2 of them were little girls, and they escaped. And she was able to get them out of the house before they were sacrificed. And that bastard family is still around in my village. And what's insane is I'm wearing a shirt the shirt says I'm a stupid stoner because Edward calls me a stupid stoner at the building.
Can you hear him?
Okay. And so the shirt says, it's got a big pot leaf on it, and it says, I'm a stupid stoner, or John's a stupid stoner.
Change.
Edward. I'm at the bar. There's an older woman at the bar in her 60s. She sees the shirt and she looks at me and she goes, "What do you know of that man?" And I straight up was like, "You might sound what I'm about to say crazy, but," and I explained everything. She burst into tears. And then she goes, "My family has held on to these secrets for decades. We know all about this. Nobody believed us. This is where we come from." And I'm like, "No, I believe you." I was like, "I believe you."
All right, I'm going to take a quick second here.
Okay.
And I want you to tell the audience, because you're saying you're wearing this stupid I see this stupid stoner shirt, and I see that you are missing a tooth, and you look like a homeless crackhead right now. Please tell me what is going on with that tooth, because, what did you do to yourself?
So listen, I've been doing construction for years, and I was working at this very haunted building where Edward is.
Agreed.
And I am on a ladder, and I needed a pair of channel locks to loosen up a lug nut that was keeping a fixture held up. And somehow, some way, that those pliers slipped and fucking whacked me right in the mouth and just destroyed the tooth.
So, man, has anybody ever yelled at you out in the cemetery? They look at you like you see this tooth, like this guy missing a tooth, walking around with a stoner shirt. I mean, is it like what's keeping somebody from calling the cops thinking you're a grave robber?
So one big thing, because I don't know if you know this, I actually do a lot of work in cemeteries. Like I take over abandoned cemeteries. So I have a certain etiquette in cemeteries that I follow. When it comes to cemeteries that are you drinking blood?
No, bro, that's funny. No, it's my classic Starbucks iced coffee, dude.
Like, yo, my uncle's a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So,
this is my this is my go-to grande iced coffee, black.
Nice. So I have a certain etiquette in a cemetery, and for example, I don't do any work in this cemetery other than cleaning stones. I clean a lot of headstones here. I have a great relationship with management. So before I go into a cemetery, I contact whoever's running the cemetery, find out the details, what's allowed, what's not allowed, XYZ, dot all my I's, cross my T's, and I stick to the old sections of these cemeteries. So anybody that comes here and visits, they're not family of any of these people. And if they are, they're like far away descendants. And I have full permission to be here.
Okay.
So,
got it.
But
So
I do every now and then come across crazy people. One woman was stalking me and she ended up running over 2 graves and she ended up getting kicked out of the cemetery.
Ooh. Maybe someone, you mean like a follower, like that followed you? Oh,
no, she was just somebody that would always walk here or drive around here, and she saw me and what I do and took great offense to it. So she was, nonstop just coming after me. That whole thing's actually on my TikTok. The whole thing. It was all live.
Oh, I gotta find that. Okay, I'll find that and I'll drop that in. That'll be good. All right, now let's talk about Edward. Now you're sitting close to his grave, I assume. Somewhere,
Yes,
are you in the vicinity of his actual grave?
Yep, let me turn this around real quick.
Okay. That's the tall one?
So the tall one is just a grave marker. That just tells us who's buried in the family plot. So it's Edward, his wife, and a couple of his children.
So I'm looking
his actual grave
for our
is
audience.
The small grave that says father.
Okay. So for the audience looking at this, you can't see it right now, and maybe we'll try to put pictures up, some video up with it. But I'm looking at, you're looking at 2 small graves. Does that say mother and father?
Yes.
It's a little blurry right now.
One says father, one says mother.
Got it. And then there's a bigger monument behind it that's supposed to be the or his family plot in this. And yeah, it is a very sporadic looking cemetery. You're right. It does not look like there is any uniformity to where these graves are buried. It was just like first come, first serve.
Yes. And so for example, I'll also sometimes, I don't know if you can see it, I'll also sometimes plant flowers. That's a grave I cleaned right over there named William. Nice guy. Um,
Nice guy. I love that.
nice guy.
All right. So, okay. So you're here today. You're doing a TikTok. How do we, all right, get it. Let's get into Edward, man. Let's figure out how we try to connect Edward here to when we do another session in your basement and try to see and talk to that Edward there. So, all right. So how do you know it was Edward, the baby, like a younger version or child version of it?
So this is
And
now
why do you think the child version is here?
here. So this is my fourth time here documenting this plot and coming across this child version of Edward. And the reason why I think the child version of him is here is because his mother is here, not his father. He had a really bad relationship with his father, and his father isn't here. But he had his mother after she passed away, brought here and buried at the family plot.
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think it's because of the mother? What's the connect? What do you explain that connection to be?
So,
because why would his child version be here?
So I believe that his mother is here as well. During the session I just did on TikTok, we heard the name Mary come through quite a bit. And there's a couple Marys buried here because it's a family name. However, the child version of Edward is also coming through. So I believe that the mother is here and these quantum memories connect. So these splintered memories, these quantum memories connect, and we're able to access the child version of Edward due to the mother being buried here.
Okay, what did the child do to identify himself to you that you know it's him? Like, how did you?
So
what did
he's
you do?
already told us his
Walk
name.
me through your process.
Yeah, so he's already told us his name. He said, "My name is Edward." He said, "My mother calls me Ed." And he's speaking about his father in great lengths. I guarantee while we do this session, and he already did. He already brought up his father. He's going to bring up his father a lot. So this child version of Edward has a lot of resentment. Now, you know what? I can't even call it resentment. It's more like a lack of understanding about why his father is so mean. He keeps bringing it up. My father is a bad man. My father's so mean. So I think that's what led him to become the monster financially and humanely that he ended up becoming.
That we think he's becoming, allegedly.
Allegedly. According to the spirits.
According to the spirits. What? Okay, man, let's get him. Try to get him. Call him out, dude.
Edward. Edward, if you are here, can you please tell me your name?
She told me.
What did she tell you? Is there someone here telling you not to speak?
Stop it.
Something's going on.
He told me.
Something's going on.
Hey, John, when you hear do they sometimes sound different through the app? Like, will it always have the same? Oh, what was that?
It all depends on which app I'm using.
Got it.
So Vox, I turned Vox off because it can get loud while we're talking. Vox scans through radio waves. The spirits manipulate the radio waves via the magnometer. You know, think of it as the butterfly effect. You know, a butterfly flutters and it causes a tornado. I don't know if you've ever heard about that.
Sure.
But same effect to the magnometer on the phones. But with Ghost Tube, it's different. All right. We'll get back to you, Edward. We'll talk to you. Edward, can you tell me about your dad? Tell me about your father. Don't hold back.
Happy.
You're happy? Why are you happy?
Not likely.
Oh, not likely.
Maybe he's happy he's dead.
Maybe. Edward.
It's what we want.
Oh, it's what. Who's we? Is that you and your mother?
Trip.
Dude, look at my arm right now. I don't know if you can see it. I just
What,
got
you
chills
getting
from that.
goosebumps?
Yeah.
Getting chills? Edward, I want you to talk to me about your father. The way you talked to me when I was live before. You were telling us all sorts of information. Tell me how he treated you. Don't be scared and don't be shy and don't listen to any other spirit right now. I want you to listen to me in the sound of my voice. Tell me about your dad.
Not.
Okay?
Leave it.
You want me to leave it alone? How about this, Edward? Why don't you tell me about your mother instead? Let's talk about your mama. And I say this is going to be the hard one.
Mm.
And what was funny,
Two.
Edward, tell me about your mom. What was funny is he didn't come through for 40 minutes while I was on TikTok. It was just a bunch of other random spirits. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was explaining to somebody what I know about the child virgin. And then right when I said, oh, yeah, he didn't like his dad, bam, he just started going on about his dad.
All right, well, we'll pull up that video and you'll get that to me.
Yeah, I'll get that to you. I got to
Yeah.
go through that live. There was just
Yeah.
one that I just did. So
Yeah.
it takes
Yeah.
it takes me a bit to get through to them, through the lives. The replays are insane. Like an hour, you know how it is. An hour
Yeah.
replay is at least an hour and a half going through.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's insane. Edward. Edward. Do you remember what you said to me the last time I was here? About us being friends? Just making sure my wireless router didn't freeze.
How John visits
No, you're still here.
me.
I
There
got
we
you.
go. Did you hear him?
No, I was talking, but tell me
Yeah,
again.
he just said John visits me.
Luckily, your thing is recorded solo, so I'll be able to have your audio. Lucky for us, we do have that recording, so let me just play it back and I'll shut my mouth.
Just making sure my wireless router didn't freeze.
How John visits me.
There we go. Did you hear him? Yeah, he just said John visits me. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said John. Yes, I do visit you. Edward, who are you talking to? He's talking to somebody else. He's not talking to us. Because he just said John visits me. So what I think's going on, I think there's another spirit here trying to tell him not to speak. That's what we were hearing before. And right now, the evidence of that is he just said
Evil.
John, evil. Is there something evil here? Edward, let's talk about that. What's trying to stop you from speaking?
She won't leave.
She won't leave. It's a she? Interesting. And that happens a lot while I'm doing this. I have spirits that bother other spirits, almost like a jealousy thing. Like, oh, how come, he wants to talk to you and not me? You know
Well,
what? Let's turn.
What's really interesting, because it's like on your TikTok, I want everyone to know that I'm watching you right now. You're on camera. I can see your hands. I can see this. This is whatever this thing is. You're right there. Like, this is all coming. These voices are coming through. They seem to be. They do legitimately feel like you're answering your questions. But like on the TikTok, you're not always on camera, and I could see why people might be like.
Oh, I get that all the time. I
Yeah.
get that all the time. I get people that are constantly like, oh, you're pressing buttons. Oh, that's a recording, and it's just I have a great community and they know how I operate. There's that level of trust, that,
Yeah.
and they know that sometimes I'm such a
What is
space kid.
happening?
Well,
Oh,
so Edward, right now what's happening is I'm talking to my uncle.
What date is
What date? It's what is it, the 25th?
it's the 25th. Yeah.
It's the 25th of
pathetic?
it's the 25th of September, 2024. Why is it pathetic? I'm, I'm gonna turn on Vox too. See if anything else is coming through. Maybe we can hear what's bothering Edward. And Edward might use Vox as well. So,
Okay.
Edward, I want you to tell me about your parents. I want you.
In pain.
I want you. You're in pain. I know you are. I want you to introduce yourself
Terror.
and then tell me about your parents. I know it sounds weird because we've already spoken, but it would be doing me a great favor if you can introduce yourself and then tell me about your parents.
Satanic.
Satanic. Earlier in the TikTok live, he was describing his father as Satan.
Where are you?
Where am I? I am right by your mommy's grave.
It's
Edward, can you please introduce yourself and tell me about your parents?
This is way clearer than all the voices in your factor, in your office. I don't want to talk over it. I'm trying to talk low.
Yeah. That's my issue on TikTok.
night.
The wind isn't too bad, right? Because it's windy
No,
here, too.
it's fine. And I'll right now it sounds
Bad.
great.
Can I switch this? No. Okay. All right. Edward, I know it's hard, and I know you got a lot of other spirits talking.
Between
I need you.
That sounded like a different voice.
Yeah. I need you to tell me your full name and tell me about your parents. I know you can do it.
Sister.
You did have a sister. You did have an older sister. Would you like to talk about her?
Locket.
You had a locket of hers.
for me.
It was for me. You hear that? He's talking about his sister passed away when he was young.
I can hear you.
Good. I'm glad you can hear me. I'm talking to my uncle right now, Edward. That's why it seems like I'm talking to somebody else. It's crazy, right? Edward, let's talk more about your family life.
I'm like looking over your shoulder, making sure no one sneaks up behind you with like an axe or something, or some girl in the ring. That sounded like cigarette. Maybe he wants to smoke, but isn't he too young to smoke? Or is that somebody else?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, back in the 1800s,
Satanic.
they were freaking.
Please leave.
They were.
That sounded like satanic. Please leave.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. So there's something. So interesting enough, a lot of spirits, when they're negative and angry or sad, they look different to other spirits because of the vibrational frequency. So there's something here, which, I suspected that is probably upset and angry, that looks to be evil. And a child might be like, oh, that's satanic, that's evil, which we both heard both those words. That doesn't necessarily mean it's demonic. you know, or an entity from a hell-like dimension or anything like that. Because technically, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in heaven and hell. I don't believe in your pitchfork and all and your sky daddy and all that.
Later.
But these spirits do. So we have to go by their lingo. You know, if they see something that they don't understand, they're going to be like, "Oh shit."
Total side point. Did I ever tell you how the Church of Satan wanted me to join?
No.
Because I used to like a lot of their stuff on Twitter and stuff, and they asked me to join, and I said, "Listen, I appreciate it, but I don't agree. I'm not interested in any organized religion ever, and I'll never join any organized religion." And they wrote back, you know, "Well, that's the most satanic thing ever."
Yes. Yeah. Well, so that's
Satanic.
satanic. They just said satanic again.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting about the I don't even think they believe in Satan, like the Church of Satan. They're not
Yeah.
like they don't even believe in Satan. They're all atheists. You know, which is very interesting. It's not when people hear the Church of Satan, they're like, "Oh my God, the devil," and this, that, and the other. No, it's not. The imagery is just there as an example.
Grandfather.
Yeah.
You know, as that's all it is. It's actually really interesting. And hey, they're not wrong with their commandments. I'm sorry,
The
but
pillars? No, I do.
yeah.
They got some good ones, dude. They do.
They got good ones, man. That's how I live my life. You know,
What
like
year is it?
what year is it? It's 2024. They're not. It's all, you know. And I guarantee, if you know Jesus Christ read those, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I agree." You know.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Tap.
let's see if we can. Edward,
Open it.
Edward, listen. I'm gonna try to change my voice up a little bit. I'm gonna try to change my voice up a little bit, frequency and all that fun stuff. Edward, I want you to remember your parents and speak about them.
Silly.
Silly? Why is it silly?
Not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about them now. It's interesting, right?
We should also we should also give him some of our secrets to test
Satanic.
this is connected to the other Edward.
So, according to my theory, technically, these two spirits shouldn't be connected.
I know. That's why we should test it.
Yeah.
And see. So we got to tell. Let's give rather than try to get information from him.
I
Tell
got
this,
an idea.
Outside.
Yeah,
I got
here's
an
what
idea.
Tell him this, Johnny. Tell this Edward, the first girl that you tricked into taking your virginity. And then
Well,
see.
technically, I was tricked because she was 15 and I was 13. So I was tricked.
Invisible.
Believe it or not, you know. Her name was Catherine.
So now
Edward.
he'll know. Now he'll know that, and we'll ask the other
Yeah.
one that. Or
Well,
what else?
The other Edward's going to turn around and is going to tell me to shut up that I'm a virgin. Just so you know, like that's the way that Edward talks.
Oh,
Leave.
that'll be great.
Leave. We don't mean to offend you, Edward. We're not trying to be mean. We're not trying to be mean.
What else? What other things can we tell this version to see if it comes over? We'll see how many.
I've got one.
Let's hear it.
John visits me.
It just said John visits me. Yep. I definitely visit you. My ride is here. He's got to go to work at 3.
Okay.
But hold on. Let me say this last thing.
Yeah.
Edward. This man that I'm speaking to, that you can hear, this is my Uncle Gary. Okay?
I hate my dad.
You hate your dad? Okay. Well, this is my uncle. This isn't my father. This is my uncle. All right? This is my Uncle Gary. So you know for the next time.
Stroke.
Okay? All right, Edward? So now, when we talk to the other Edward,
See if he knows my name.
we're going to see if he knows your name, but we're going to say you're my brother to him.
Later.
And we're going to see if he goes, "Oh, yeah, you know, that's your brother." You know what I'm saying? If he goes and says, "No, that's your uncle," then we know there's a connection between the two.
Don't.
He knows you're lying to him.
He knows I'm lying to him.
Sure.
All right.
And
So
if he
listen,
remembers Catherine. But
Yes,
it's see if he remembers Catherine.
Yes.
Johnny, this is great. This is a good session. I want to get. This is the first step into proving this theory. I know you got to go. I don't want to hold you up. For everybody listening, we are testing our theory first with Edward here at the cemetery with my nephew Johnny. And we got a lot of creepy stuff here. We put a few things to the test, and when we come back in the next one, we'll see if those two places connect.
Portrait.
Right? I mean, that's...
Yep, perfect, yep.
Okay.
The next time we come back, we're going to be at the building that Edward lived in
Open.
when he was an adult
Okay.
and committed all these crimes.
Silly.
Okay, call me when you want to do that.
Got you. We can
So-
do that soon because that's right at that where I live. So.
Yeah, I know. So just tell me when. We'll make it work.
Awesome. Sounds
All right.
good.
All
All
right,
right,
dude.
Uncle Gary. I'll see you later.
All right, love you, bud. I'll talk to you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Well, that's it for another episode of Splintered Spirits. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay curious.